What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of my 1977 Datsun 280Z build. On the last episode, I left you guys with pulling the chassis harness through the engine bay and the firewall. We're going to put a little bit of a hold on that. I got to the point where the only wiring that's left is underneath the dash, and I don't feel like really doing that right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump back under the engine bay today, clean up brackets, take out things I don't need. There's a lot of these little twist tie type clips essentially that hold in electrical and stuff like that. We're gonna be going for a shaved engine bay, so yeah, getting rid of a lot of things like this, so let's get to it. So before I start anything else on this video though, let's talk about what I've learned since I've been on YouTube. This is gonna be my 4th video, and I wanna try to make these videos as best as I can for you guys. So if you look below, I now have it basically where all of my videos will have chapters. You guys can jump around to the parts you actually wanna see, skip past the things you don't wanna see, and yeah, just gonna make things a little bit easier for you guys. Before we get to the fun stuff though, I wanna start with talking about tools. This first product is Tap Magic's EP Extra Cutting Fluid. This fluid improves the finish of your cutting surface and keeps your drill bits from wearing out under heat and pressure. I'm using this in conjunction with Blair's Spot Weld Cutter Kit. What's great about this kit is the cutters come with a pilot for getting the initial cut started. I highly recommend picking this kit up over cheaper options from other manufacturers. I'll leave a link in the description for both of these products if you guys want to pick them up. You guys ready for this? Made my first boo-boo of the night. Look at that. So yeah, first thing I noticed when using these spot weld removing bits, take your time, go real slow. Don't rush yourself, don't get into a huge big hurry, or you'll punch a hole right through the sheet metal. These Datsuns are made from some pretty very old sheet metal from Japan back in the 70s, so yeah, take your time. I'll tell you guys right now, I'm not perfect. I don't have the best tools in the world. I got the tools to get the job done, but I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna try to make this car as perfect as I can, but I'm gonna mess up along the way. I'm gonna break things. I'm gonna do some stuff that you guys probably think I'm a little crazy for, and I'm probably gonna get better recommendations from you, but that's kind of the point of doing a build like this. I mean, it's also the point of doing YouTube. You guys are gonna be there for the whole thing and give me a lot of good ideas. Yeah, punching that hole. Oof. That basically says it's time to go get a cupcake. Okay, it's not really a cupcake, but close enough. It's a chocolate muffin. Did I mention it was my birthday? Definitely on that Costco special right now. I love sweets. All right, back to work. I'll be the first to say it took me a couple of minutes to get a technique down. What you can see me doing here is putting a little bit of the cutting fluid on the end of the drill bit and applying very small amounts of pressure just to get the hole started. Once I felt like the hole was started, I gave the drill a little bit more pressure until basically the spot weld was removed. Take your time. Remember, nice and slow. This is the finish you were looking for before you basically punch through the sheet metal. After that, continue to wipe down the end of your drill bit, rinse and repeat. I worked on the brackets and a couple of other things for about a good hour, and after that, I really wanted to get the brake lines out of the way. I'm not really too worried about damaging these brake lines as I'm going to be replacing them anyways. Once I got all of the nuts and bolts and brackets that hold the brake lines inside of the engine bay, I pushed them underneath the trans tunnel. I'll get to the back of the vehicle at another time. I did make some cuts in the vacuum lines connected to the brake booster and the slave cylinder, as I'm not really too worried about these components. They're going to be getting replaced with better parts anyways. Now that I've got the brake lines out of the way, let's get back to removing the spot welds from those brackets that hold the original chassis harness in place. As I previously mentioned, these things are everywhere in the engine bay, and if we want a clean, overall shaved look, these things have got to go. I will be replacing these brackets with something more modern and clean looking in the future using a rip nut gun, but more on that later. Alright, I think that's really all I've got enough energy for tonight, so we're gonna clean up the garage a little bit, pack everything up, and call it a night. I get really particular at the end of the day when I'm kind of done working on the car. I like to clean up, make sure everything looks nice. It makes coming in here for the next time a lot easier. It makes me motivated, makes me want to work on the vehicle. So yeah, take it from me. Clean your messes. All right, garage is clean. That's pretty much all I have the energy to do today. We'll be picking this project back up after the holidays. The next thing is probably pulling the dash actually out of the vehicle so that I can get back to removing the rest of that chassis harness that we pulled in episode 3. And then after that, I have to go to probably the painter store or Home Depot or something, pick up some supplies. Jesus, get my words right, dude. But probably pick up some supplies because the next thing is stripping all the paint and all the gunk and everything out from underneath that engine bay. And then it's on to body filler and shaving and the fun stuff. The part I'm actually gonna hate. But until next time, guys.